Hello and welcome to Modern Warfare 2. This is my third attempt at trying to record this. I have completely uninstalled and reinstalled Twitch, as well as reconnected it to my Xbox. So hopefully the crashing shouldn't be a problem, because even if it is, hopefully it won't full crash and then I'll lose the stream. Anyway, I've played the campaign to this point, and I've played the beta, and I've already taken a look at the weapons like twice, but we're going to do it again. We're going to go to a private match so I can take a look at the game from a different perspective of having everything unlocked already, so I can get a full feel for all of the things this game has to offer, and I can go and play Xbox Live later. For now, let's do it. So you can see I've made a loadout so far, but let's start from the beginning. So we start with the M4. This is a pretty modified M4. It uses the same... Firing range is back? Oh, I just noticed that. That was the absolute best part of Call of Duty Modern, or, World War II. Oh, that sucks, though. Ooh. It's kind of interesting, though. So now I can get a feel for all the guns right here. Nice. Let's do a full reload. They still kept the reload animations fresh, which is kind of interesting because of how you can just watch my go way down. Nice. I like that. Anyway. Ooh, I can change the loadout right here. Alright, let's go back to the main menu for a second, take a look at some of the other guns. So we got the TAC-56. Oh, let me talk more about this one. So let's talk about the platforms too. I mentioned this a little bit in the beta, but the platform, every gun now has a platform, even if some of them don't have other guns in the platform. They all have platforms, and this allows for there to be multiple versions of the same gun in the same game. One of the big issues with Modern Warfare's Gunsmith was the fact that although you could turn your M4A1 into an M16, it requires like 3 attachment slots, which means you're sacrificing a lot of attachment slots for the sake of the appearance and to an extent the function of the weapon. Now those guns are already in the game to begin with, for the most part. And now you don't have to customize this, which means that you can kind of get more out of these guns. So you don't have to turn your M4 into an M16, or your 9mm AUG into a normal AUG. You can now just have those guns. And you still have the option, if we take a look at the M4 real quick, you still have the option to do some of those types of things. You know, I can go to the stock and I can put a full M16 stock on there if I want to, and I can put the 20-inch barrel, you know, so they keep a lot of the same stuff. Just change things up a small bit, and I like that quite a bit. They have a more normal stock. Unfortunately, no. I was kind of hoping they did. This is really the only, like, normal stock if you want to get rid of the tan. So, still some criticisms, but for the most part, it's alright. Welcome to the chat. Beck, I'm going to say it's Bibler. I'm going to go with Bibler, not Beck Bibler or something. Let's see, what else do we got here? So let's keep taking a look. We have the TAC-56. It's a Scar Light, or Scar 16. Or Scar L. So of the Tactique Verte platform, big criticism. So they introduced all these platforms and all these new guns, some of which are reappearing from the last Modern Warfare, but they changed the names of pretty much everything. The only gun that shares a name is the M4 and the M16. Pretty much everything is a unique name to the game. Not even just to, in general, but to, like, compared to Modern Warfare. Which is a little bit annoying. They also call it the M4 platform, which doesn't really make sense, because the M4 was not the first AR-15 on the market. Should have been the AR platform, that would have made more sense, but that's it's a nitpick, we'll be honest. So there's not a whole lot of variety really in the Tactique Verte platform. I'm just going to call it the Scar platform. There's not a whole lot of variety in the Scar platform. They look pretty much all the same. It's just different magazines, really. The Kastov 7.62. This is one of the examples where the platform option shines. There is a lot of guns in this platform, which I think is really cool. If you look at the marksman and sniper rifles, I will be doing that. I'm going to go in order through everything, but I will absolutely be looking at those because there are some pretty interesting ones. This is one of the real exemplifications, though, of the whole new system. Because you now have the option, instead of having to switch ammo types, you now have the option to choose from a 7.62 AK, which I believe is an AK-103. That might be the 5.45 version, but it's modernized. It's got all the black polymer stuff. It's got the really big muzzle brake. Typical stuff for your more modern AKs. But it's closer to, I think it's either a 103 or a 104, I think. We got the Lachmann 5.56, the first example of the Lachmann and Mir platform, which is centered around the HK G3. I'm not sure what the platform in real life is called, but it's the HK. It's HK's kind of standard platform for everything. You got the G3, you got this gun, which I was not familiar with prior to the beta, and I don't actually remember what this is called in real life, but I just call it the 5.56 G3 essentially. There's a lot of varieties of this gun as well, and we'll take a look at that, but this is your standard HK platform that pretty much everything shares. We get the STB 5.56, which is basically an AUG. This is an actual AUG. You know, it's 5.56. Doesn't have the foregrip is not collapsible though, or not collapsible, foldable, which is interesting. I'm not exactly sure what the deal is on that one. Cheese fraud. Oh. That sounds familiar. Either you watched a lot of the old videos or you know James. Oh, you know James. I knew that. I know who you are. Unless you are James on her account, which is possible. I know Ohio's online. Is he on Twitch? He's not. He's on World of Outlaws. That's probably not him, but you're probably in the same room. Anyway, completely random thing to say in the... Oh, of course it's Ohio. Can you look at the marksman and sniper rifles? Obviously. Duh. Should have seen that one coming. Anyway, there's the AUG. M16, so like I said, you can choose the AR, the M4, or the M16. So now you don't have to turn it into an M16. It's already 3-round burst, already 20-inch barrel, already full stock, already carry handle. It's great. Probably my favorite gun. It was definitely my favorite gun in the beta. Probably going to be my favorite gun in the game. You got the Kastov 7.4U, AKS 7.4U. Really, you know, generic. It also sometimes referred to as the Crank. It's a. This was the only AK available in the beta. For some reason, and now you can actually customize it. So now you don't have to turn your AK into an AKS 7.4U. It's just an AKS 7.4U to begin with. So I think generally that was one of the better decisions that they've made overall. There's not much I really have to say about that one though. And then you have your full-size 5.45 option, which is that one I believe is the AK-103. It's also probably a good baseline for an AK-12. And I would actually like to check and see what kind of AK-12 I could make out of this, if anything. Stocks, we got the collapsible ones. There's your options, so you can get that wood stock if you want to replace it with the original wood. Although, it doesn't always work perfectly. Yep, that's definitely... Or you can go for that. There's a slightly more AK-12 look with one of those. Oh, it's actually a shorter barrel. So this is like a more traditional one. So there you go. And then you can get... Can't really change the magazine to look any more traditional, but... So, I mean, yeah, you can kind of make it look like a normal AK, but they didn't really commit enough. You'll probably be able to turn it into a regular AK though in the with some future what am I thinking of? Future blueprints. So those are your assault rifles. Move on to the battle rifles now. M16s look stupid, carry handles are overrated. That's definitely either James or somebody who knows James. And also they asked who's James. They know. Anyway, Lockman 762. Lockman and mirror platform. This one, that's your G3. So I keep saying G3. There's your G3. Not really a whole lot to say about it. Interesting, the G3 has not appeared though in Call of Duty in a while though, so it's kind of nice to see that again. The M14 appears as the SO14. This one also has a platform, although there are other weapons, so that's not completely unwarranted. Kind of a weird looking M14. I would hope that I can put a wood stock on this. And it looks like you can, although it still stays polymer looking. It's like they just put wood over the polymer. Strange, but it works. So I can still get that traditional Mark M14 if I want. Because in its current state, it's more of like an M1A. M24 SWS is the best rifle. Yeah, no, that's just Ohio and his girlfriend's account. I just looked up her Facebook to make sure I was correct, and I was in fact correct. Also cringe on Facebook, but I also have it, so I can't really say much about that. Anyway, back to it. We got the TAC V. This is your Scar Heavy, or Scar 17. Nothing too particularly special about it. I just realized I should be taking all of these to I pressed the wrong thing? I was. I should be taking all these to the range so I can test them out. I don't know what I'm doing. So I just use the M4, so let's bring this to the range. Iron sights, yeah, typical Scar iron sights. Lighter recoil for a Scar, since it is a Scar Light. So I like that the Scar Light's in the game. I've always preferred the Scar Heavy, just because I don't know, I just find it to be a better rifle. Here's a forward empty reload. Uses the charging handle instead of the button. Interesting. Okay. Kastov 762. Take that to the range. Uh-oh. Kick me out. It's a new game, so it's going to be a little bit glitchy, but the stream hasn't crashed at least, so that's nice, because I think it crashed the last time I did that. Knock on wood, of course. Knowing my luck. Anyway, we'll try it again. 762. So this is your full AK platform. Iraqi reload. We'll do a light reload. Alright. I like this stuff. I like this though. I'm excited to see how that 5.45 AK handles. Because it's also something pretty lacking from a lot of these games. It's a 5.45 AK. Alright, we got this one. Quit stalking my girlfriend, you creep. Brother, it's not my fault she gets recommended to in my Facebook, people you should follow, whatever. Pretty light recoil. Your standard extremely slow HK reload. Although, I don't really like HK sights. I don't really like a lot of the HK armament. I don't like the sights or the... This one handles a little bit more like an AR. You got, it looks like a push button. Looks like an AMB push button as well. Oh, I keep forgetting to do this too. Well, inspect animation. It's pretty quick to inspect animation, I gotta say. Said brother. I did. What do we got here? Regular 5.45. Gamer inspect. Yeah. Standard shit. Take a look-see. A little more long-winded. Don't mind it though. It's not bad. Alright, the STB 556, a little bit close to STD 556, but that's okay. The Bruin Bullpup platform, I've already talked about this one. Let's take a look. Iron sights are interesting. They look kind of like... They're similar to Troy iron sights. The rear one is. But it's clearly not the same. Kind of strange, but I suppose I don't mind it. So I expect a lot of these guns to pretty much handle the same, because they're all 5.56 for the most part. Alright. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't like that they didn't keep the windowed mag, though. I wish that mag would have been clear polymer like it is in real life, but it's not a big deal. AM-16, my favorite rifle. I quite liked it in the beta. I thought it was a really good, really competent weapon, although I've heard a lot of people saying it was absolutely not. But maybe it's just because I liked it too much. I'm going to try to do a World of Outlaws stream with commentary and then post it. You should. It's been a long time since we've seen you streaming. Kastov 74U. AKS 74U. Let's take a look here. I mean, just a regular old crink. I'm not a huge fan of crinks. Iron sights. I don't like... Recoil almost feels worse. Huh. That's a new reload. I can't say I've seen that before. He holds the charging handle back, and then, okay. I suppose, I mean, if you can get a good grip on the rifle, holding just the charging handle, then I suppose that can work, but that's not really, like, it's not my strategy. I'm more of a fan of the traditional Iraqi reload, which you saw with that, the 7.62. Now let's take a look at the 5.45. Should be more of the same for the most part. All white polymer, which I don't really like, but whatever. Oh yeah, but that recoil is much better. Yeah, I like that. I like the way that handles a lot more. Moving on to battle rifles, you got that G3. Oops. So now we're on, for the most part, it's going to be semi-auto default. Oh, we got glow sights in this one too. Non-empty reload. So yeah, it looks like they still take it down like that, which is not really necessary. I don't think. I'm pretty sure you can technically reload those, no problem. Full reload, basically the same, except they dispose of the mag and slap the charging handle a little bit harder. Other than that, what do you expect for an HK? I'm not a huge fan of those, but whatever. Got the SO14. We got the M14. It really is. Ooh. Ooh, wow. That is much lighter recoiling, which is really strange because it's still a 308. Tactical reload. Bad. Good magazine capacity for a 308 too. I like that. This could end up being one of the better implementations of an M14. Oh, 4 rounds though for maybe not. Interesting. Oh, and you can change all these to full auto. So the battle rifles are semi-auto standard, but full auto optional. That might be the first implementation of the M14 as an automatic rifle, which it was. In its time in service in Vietnam, it was automatic, although it was rarely ever used that way because it was uncontrollable, and they actually recreated that pretty well. So that's really cool. That's one of the better implementations of an M14 I've seen. The TAC V. This is what I'd expect to be full auto default. Yep, good old Scar H. Oof. So yeah, recoil's heavy. But it's a better implementation than the Scar H was in the last game. It's, you know, it's more unique. It's got more to offer. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. Well done. And the FTAC Recon. This is the game's choice of AR-10. Fires 458 SOCOM, which was an ammunition option in the last game. This time it is a full-on rifle. 4 rounds to the general body at distance. Do a tactical reload, should be the same as you'd expect. 3 headshots, medium range. So a 3 headshot, which is probably not preferable. How does it form? Okay, so it's 3 pretty much anywhere. The 10 rounds is really not a whole lot for a auto rifle, but it seems to handle a lot better than the other ones. That's probably its compensation. It doesn't seem to get off target as much as the other ones do. Although I feel like I'm missing a lot more shots than I normally would. I feel like some of the shots wouldn't normally miss, but are. Skill issue. Anyway, submachine guns. We start off with the MP7, firing 4.6 by 30. Really interesting caliber. Oh, and they do show the calibers now. In the beta, it did not. That kind of annoyed me. So, just a regular HK MP7, nothing particularly special. I believe this gun was in Modern Warfare. It was not in the beta, but I have used it briefly in the campaign. Not the most useful at distance, but it is a submachine gun, so it's about what you'd expect. Let's see if it's dropping at distance. Oh, that's really easy to aim, though. I could see that being a really useful thing in, Oh, yeah. That is... God damn, that is a fucking laser beam. Okay. I don't love the design of it, but I do like the way it performs. That's a good gun. We got the MX-9. This used to be the only version of the AUG in Modern Warfare 2019. This time, it's just an option. Looks nearly identical to the way it did in the last game. Didn't really change a whole lot. Oh yeah, but it performs a lot better than it did in Modern Warfare. The AUG was pretty piss poor in Modern Warfare, in my opinion. In its standard form. Submachine guns seem really good in this game, because you can easily compensate for that recoil. I'm liking that so far. We have Lockman Sub, which is the MP5. This is the submachine gun version of that Lockman Amir platform. Wow. These are really good all of a sudden. Just a regular MP5. I'm not sure exactly which MP5 this is. I'm not terribly familiar. No semi-auto, but you can do burst fire if you wanted to. I don't feel like people really would use burst fire on a submachine gun. It makes a lot more sense in real life than it does. Because you're not going to be using submachine guns all that often for, like, fire suppression like you would with an AR or a light machine gun. So burst actually makes a lot of sense, but it's just not something we really use. The Vesnev 9K. I don't remember what the specific name of this gun is, IRL, but it's a 9mm AK, basically. And it's nice. I kind of like it. Whoa. That sounds like shit. That sounds horrible. Okay, and that uses the more traditional AK reload. Of just take the mag out, put a new mag in. Although you don't have to rock the mag in like you traditionally do. But yeah, overall, not bad. Don't like it quite as much as I like that MP7. The FSS Hurricane, a brand new introduction to Call of Duty. I think that's the first time this gun's been in Call of Duty as well. This one's brand new though. I'm not even sure what this gun is in real life. It is a real gun, but it's not a very well-known real gun. It's an AR-15 and 5.7 by 28, which is also which is a pistol caliber used in the FN57 and the FNP90, which is also a game. Oh, been kicked out again. That's fine. I'll just do it again. No big deal. I didn't mean to select control, but whatever. Pretty interesting gun overall. Doesn't handle quite as well as the as some of the other ones do, though. We got the Mini Bach, which is your PP-19 Bison. Not one of my favorite submachine guns, but it does exist. Wow. It really does not want to reach out and touch that guy. It's one of the better reloads nice, though. Alright, so that gun's absolutely piss poor at range, I have found. The reload's kind of nice, though, I must say. It's a very interesting gun. And it's kind of poking fun at the fact that that thing is probably an absolute pain in the ass to actually get to line up. I like that. It's a nice little touch. Yeah, the PDSW 528. It's a P90. It's an FN P90 in 5.7 by 28. I see they take the unattached approach. It's a little bit stylized. Not in a way that I prefer. Ooh. I like that animation though. The muzzle flash. Look at that. 5.7 doesn't handle quite as nicely as what was it, 4.6 does. I like it. I don't know, it's not bad. P90's a good gun. It's not usually my favorite in FPSs, but it's okay. Curious to see what the how you can edit that gun. And we got the Fennec 45 returning from Modern Warfare 2019. This time it's actually got 30 round mags instead of 25, which makes a lot more sense for a gun that fires like that. They've improved the sound of it. They've also improved the reload animation, in my opinion. I got to use this a little bit in the campaign. I like this though. So yeah, it doesn't quite handle like a dream like some of the other ones do, but it's still pretty nice. Y'all know I like the Vector. It's one of my favorite submachine guns of all time, I should say. A little bit disappointed they didn't really bring anything from World War II in, like Modern Warfare did. That was one of my favorite parts about Modern Warfare, is there was just a casual MG34 and Kar98K, and they didn't have a Pop-A-Shot. I wish they would have added a Pop-A-Shot, but oh well. But no World War II guns in this game. It's all modern, which I suppose is fair. Because it seems like the main antagonists of the game are no longer Middle Eastern. It's Russian, so World War II guns don't make as much sense as they did before. We got the 725 returning as the Lockwood 300. It's a Browning Citeri, I believe. Although I assume it's not nearly as effective as it was in the last game. It reloads a bit slower. Obviously, it's not going to be terribly effective at this range here. So, I mean, to be honest, I didn't really care for this gun all that much in the last game. I almost like it more now. It looks really sharp. And now, since inspect animations have been here since the start, they have fleshed out inspect animations instead of just kind of, you know, just looking at one side and looking at the other. This is one of the examples of guns that has a platform, but it really doesn't need to. We got the Expedite 12, which is a semi-auto shotgun based off of the, I believe it's a Benelli M1014 or M1014 or just a Benelli M4. Anyway, really powerful for a semi-auto. But it does not reach out and touch very far. That was extremely anticlimactic. That's one of my absolute favorite parts about, like, semi-auto shotguns, is that, that drop. So I don't know why he just kind of, like, palms it in the first shot. It's kind of weird. Yeah, that's really quiet. They're gonna need to edit that a little bit. One of my favorite... generally, semi-auto shotguns have always been out of favor for me. And for the most part, I feel like they really stylized most of the guns a little bit too much. But, to be honest, I don't mind this gun. It's not bad. It's one of the better implementations so far of a semi-auto shotgun. I got to use this in the beta. It was in the beta, and I did like it. It was not a bad shotgun. Takes a look at that round. That's not quite how that works, but you know, it's nice. Get the Bryson 800. In the last game, it was the Remington 870. This time, it's a Mossberg 500. And you can tell based off of that safety sitting right there on the back. I believe it's called a Tang safety. I'm more of a Remington guy, even before I got a Remington, because I do have an 870, but before I got an 870, I always preferred the Remingtons. But I don't dislike the Mossbergs. Still sounds really good. Shotguns are still very fun to use. I like this animation a lot more. I like this gun a lot more than I like that Benelli, though. I must say. That's pretty much how you'd expect. I'm not huge on the sound design for shotguns, though, like, especially that reload. Just doesn't sound all that good, but hey. What are you gonna do about it? Then we have the Bryson 890. I'm not sure what gun in particular this is specifically styled after, but it's basically a magazine-fed Mossberg 500. Now you can't, so it speeds up the reload a lot. You can't actually slam fire it, so you can't just hold down. If you hold it down, it won't fire, which is fine, really. It's kind of interesting that they made this its own weapon, because this was another option that you could make in Modern Warfare. It wasn't all that common, though. So I'm curious as to whether or not this will, because I feel like there won't be a whole lot of people using the regular pump instead of this one, because obviously it's better, even though it looks like shit, in my opinion. It's objectively better, because you don't have to wait for that reload. So, and it looks like the stats really aren't very different, either. Which I feel like they should be, for what it's worth. Anyway, light machine guns. We start with the Sakine, probably, MG38. I think this is, it's 7.62, maybe an HK submachine gun. I honestly don't know what this is. Kind of looks like an M249 SAW, but it's not quite an M249. I'm not that familiar with light machine guns, so. So, we'll do a half reload. Boom. I don't know what this is, so I don't really have anything to say about it. You get the HCR 5.6, that's your AUG light machine gun, which you could make in the last game, and I feel like it's appeared before. Just not exactly sure where. So, you got a drum mag instead of your regular box mags, and you know. It's nothing particularly special, but if you want to use this as a light machine gun, it serves as a nice intermediary. You know, a little bit better than like the way that the it's kind of a better version of the British bullpup rifle that everybody hates from the last game. You know, except it's to a much greater extent deserves to be a submachine gun. This is the 5.56 Icarus. This is a AR platform light machine gun that looks really skinny. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I don't really love it either. And not very easy to use at distance, although that might just be my lack of recoil control. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite either. So, there you go. I'm not really a big LMG guy, if you can't already tell. The Rala MG appears, which I believe is I believe it's the 6-hour, like MG 338, I believe. I've mentioned, as you all know, on many occasions, how much I don't really like LMGs that much, but I love Sig Sauer. So, this is one of my favorite light machine guns, and it still is. It's really fun to use. I haven't been inspecting them much either, I've noticed. Hold on. Yeah, not really much you can do to inspect a 20-pound fucking rifle, in all fairness. So just give them some brief looks at. I do like the coloring on this one, though. I just wish it wasn't a light machine gun. That one's interesting. He doesn't chamber or round inspect at all. Which might mean that you don't actually have a change in ammunition. Here we get the RPK making a return. It's classic. Now this time they increased the magazine capacity. Normally it comes with, I believe, a 40-round magazine. But this time they just said fuck it, everything. And it's pretty good. I mean, that is one of the most accurate ones that I've fired so far. Even at distance, that thing's pretty easy to use, and it doesn't load nearly as long as some of the other ones do. That's a really good light machine gun right there. 75 rounds, so still pretty high capacity. But it handles a lot better than the rest of them really do. Let's give her a quick inspect. Give that drum a little test. Nice. You can see the gun kind of jiggle forward like when he drops that bolt, like he was supposed to hit it. And they animated him hitting it, but he didn't hit it. Then we got the Rap H, which is a light machine variety of that G3 platform that I mentioned earlier. Again, I have no idea what this gun actually is. Oh my god, that is way too fast. That is very quick. Huh. Got a bottom feeds. That's interesting. That's a really unique... Excuse me, that's a really unique reload animation. I have never seen an animation quite like that. That's very interesting. We move on, finally, upon Ohio's request, to the Marksman rifles. We start with the EBR-14, or the Mark 14 EBR. Very similar to that Mark 14, but it's the EBR. So, no full auto this time. Semi-auto only. This is pretty much the only use the M14 really sees in modern combat, is in this form. Because it's still a pretty good marksman rifle. 308 semi-auto. It's still pretty useful. It just wasn't a very good... Oh, there we go again. It just wasn't a very good infantry rifle. It's kind of a problem with making an infantry rifle. You know? So, it's not bad. The SPR 208 returns. That's really weird. It shows you all the rounds in their natural state. That's strange. The SPR 208 returns. This is basically a Remington 700 or an M24 sniper weapon system, whichever you prefer to call it. But the M24 is just a modified Remington 700. Returns doesn't sound quite as good as it did in Modern Warfare, but that's fine. You can still do plenty of iron sight sniping with it if you so choose. Just because I want to know, is there a wood stock I can put on this by any chance? No. Looks like you do not get any options to change the stock, which makes sense because all these stock choices that you had in the last game are now individual weapons, which we'll get to in a moment. Oh, there we go. We have the return of the Lockwood, the Mark II carbine. Now it's the Lockwood Mark II, which I prefer the name. This is basically a Marlin 336. In the last game, it was a There's a Marlin 1895 this time, 1856. Not sure why. I'm pretty sure it's still, Ooh, that handles really nicely. I like the way that handles a lot. Go to reload animation too. I like that. That's nice. Hell yeah. Get an inspect going. Hopefully he racks it. Yes, sir. Inspect that round. Nice. I like that. Oh, I didn't do one for this. Hold on. There we go. Should be pretty similar to the one in the last game, because this was one of the ones that actually did have an option. Nice. Get the LMS, the Lockman, the G3 platforms, marksman rifle. This, I believe, the only other appearance of this gun in Call of Duty was in Black Ops 1. It's a sniper rifle. It returns, semi-auto. I don't think it might be 308. Basically just a weird looking G3 that has like no ammo capacity. I don't know, not much to really go off of there. The SAB-50 is your M24 once again, but it's 50 cal this time. Allegedly, I think it said 50 cal, but maybe. Hold on, that did not look like 50 BMG. Okay, it's 50 for no actual reason. It's actually a 308 Winchester. That functions totally different. Bam. I missed. Bam. Not bad. Slightly larger magazine. Slightly more tactical. But they're both, just for reference. So that's 308. Or 7.62 NATO. And this one's 308 Winchester? Not sure what the difference is supposed to be. We also have a Tech M, which is your Scar 20. In 6.5 Creedmoor, because 6.5 Creedmoor is very popular nowadays. Only as a hunting caliber, not really a combat caliber. But you know what? Fuck it, we ball. So that's something, I guess. It's kind of neat. There's that. Alright, and then we move on to the sniper rifles, which is probably the worst category in the game, if I'm being honest. We get the MCPR 300. This one's in 300 Norma Magnum. I mean, it's absolutely devastating, in all fairness. And these ones actually come with optics, standard. I believe this is what I was using in that all gillied up type mission, so that's what this is. It's a bolt action. If I actually go through all the ammo real quick. That just mows them down. So do a full reload real quick. Took only forever. Alright, that was not helpful at all. Anyway. There's that reload. So yeah, this was the one that I said kind of looked like a Barrett M82. Had some 50 caliber styling, but very obviously was not a 50. I think I said it was a 300 Win Mag. It's not a Win Mag. It's a 308, or it's a 300 Norma Magnum, which I might have mentioned, but it's not my prediction. This is a Signal 50. The reciprocating barrel, it mitigates the recoil of devastating 50 cal. Any material rifle built for consistent shots on target to take out anything you aim. So we got a semi-auto 50 BME. That is a one-shot to the majority of the body, which makes sense. But for a 50, that's pretty, you know, for a Call of Duty gun, that's pretty OP. Semi-auto that one-shots literally anywhere. You get the hit, you get the kill. So it's probably slower than all hell, I would assume. If it doesn't feel that slow either. So I'm not sure what the deal is there. You can see that 50 BMG. You can also see how heavy the bolt is, which is kind of cool. You have the LEB 330, which is not 330, it's 300 mag. 300 Win Mag, specifically. So it's the 300 Win Mag version of the M24. Probably will be the main one that I choose to use, although it's not really devastating as the 50. Although for somebody like me who mostly plays hardcore, not a very big deal to me. But yeah, it's not very forgiving. That was most certainly a hit. I don't know. Maybe it's just that distance. So there's your M24 and 300 Win Mag. So you get it in 308 or in 300 Win Mag, or in I think that other one was 308. Then you have your SPX 80, another 300 Magnum. This one's also 300 Win Mag. So you got one 300 normal and two 300 Win Mags. So if you don't like that the style of that M24, then I suppose this is your other option. Although I prefer the M24 by far. And I think this might actually be... Yes, it is based off the M24. So if you want a different style M24, these are nearly the same weapon. Just one's got the more tactical stock and one's got the more traditional stock that I prefer anyway. Finally, we have the melee, just a regular riot shield, nothing particularly fancy. But now we move on, at long last, to the sidearms. We start with the P890. I was able to unlock this gun in the beta using something of a cheat. Nice. Nice use of the decocker, I like that. And I also used it in the campaign. It's a fairly decent gun. 3 shots to the head. 3 shots to the body. Interesting. So it's an 8-round, 45 ACP. I believe it's a SIG P228. I could be wrong about that. So I'm going to look it up. SIG P228. I'm pretty sure it's both a real gun and this gun. No, this is actually used by the... That's the M11. Which is the US... is what it's called in the military, which I believe is in service with the U.S. Navy SEALs. One's a variant of the P229. Middle slide design with high pressure second chamber, 357 SIG for T Smith & Wesson. So the P228, I believe, is this one. The P229 I always thought was the compact P226. And the P220 is the full size, so I think this is the compact 45. So you have the full size 45, which is the P220, the compact P45, which is the P228, I guess, the P226, which is the full size 9, and the P229, which is the compact 9. I'm pretty sure at least. But I like this gun a lot. I'm sure a lot of y'all know I love this P220 platform. It's one of my absolute favorite handguns of all time. It's weird that they introduced this, but got rid of the SIG M18, which was in the last game, which actually made a whole lot more sense. Sorry, the M17, which made a whole lot more sense in my opinion. But I suppose it's not really a big deal. But it is just kind of weird. Now that they would switch to the older, you know, hammer-fired, but I still really like it. So then we got the 50GS. So that's your IWI Desert Eagle. It's basically unchanged from its appearance in the last game. Yeah, nothing particularly special. It's just your typical Desert Eagle. It's really cool in the game, but I hardly ever use it personally. Oops, I didn't inspect it. Let me inspect this bitch. Oh, hello. That's pretty cool. Did that, did he kind of like close the safety bit when he did that move? No, not really. Okay. So the X12, which I'm pretty sure is a Glock 19? It might be a Glock 17. Wow, that has no recoil. After the Glock was a 45 in the last game, I was kind of expecting 45. Now it's just boom. That is practically a cheat code. That's pretty cool, though. I like the way that performs. Now, I can see that being pretty good in... great. In, Modern Warfare. I can see that being pretty useful in, what's it called? Jesus, that was a yikes from me there, that little showcase. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, ballistic. Nope. Basilisk? 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 The basilisk. It's a 500 Magnum. I don't know why. But it's a 500 Magnum. I feel like that just makes for a really good bit, to be honest, because 500 Magnums are not at all comfortable to shoot. Not a single man on planet Earth can shoot one that rapidly, I'm just gonna say. It's also a 5-shot revolver, which is pretty atypical for Call of Duty. It's pretty rare that Call of Duty will show a 5-shot revolver. Pretty much always 6-shot, because usually it's 357, maybe 44. Then the last game is 357. Although it performs pretty similarly, in all honesty, to the ones from the older games. Ooh. Interesting. That's a cool little reload. I like that. Yeah, I like that new reload. That's a really good reload. I just don't understand why they made a fucking 500 Smith & Wesson. Ooh, yes sir. Absolutely. That's really cool. That makes me want to use a revolver a lot more than I normally do. And then we got the X13 Auto, which is a Glock 18. As you can tell. It's not nearly as... The recoil's not as bad as you expect it to be, though. There's also kind of something missing from Modern Warfare, was a Glock 18, so I'm definitely not upset that they introduced it here. I like it. Got some rocket launchers, it's your standard stuff, absolutely nothing special there, I'm not really going to go over it. And you got your regular old combat knife. So, it's only been an hour, but we're finally done talking about the guns. Now, I'm gonna make a few loadouts, we're going to talk about the operators. I'm just going to use their guns pretty much in their unaltered state. Just kind of get a feel for them. I'll make a Kalashnikov. We'll do a 5.45. I feel like I'd rather use the 5.45. And we'll use a... we use the 500 Smith West with that, because why not? Anything Ramiro I particularly want to use? Not really. I'll test out the M14, why not? No 1911 either, so here's what I'm thinking. There are a couple of pretty glaring omissions. I'm pretty sure this is the first Modern Warfare without a 1911. Modern Warfare 3 actually didn't have a 1911. But 1 and 2 I believe both did. Maybe 2 didn't either. Maybe it was just 1. Post-launch, here's some expectations for what guns that I might expect them to add. In terms of assault rifles, an AK-12 would make a lot of sense with current events. An AK, it's a pretty, like, popular gun nowadays. There's not a whole lot that's really glaringly missing from this category. Overall, I think they're doing a pretty good job thus far. Let me take a look here and see if I can find anything else that might be missing. Let's see here. No SIG MCX Spear either. The MCX was introduced in Modern Warfare 2019. And the Spear is now the official rifle of at least the US Army, but it might be the whole military. But it is something that's pretty glaringly missing from the assault rifle selection in this game. Possibly because it just didn't really play off of the whole platform thing, which is I think why they didn't add a lot of guns. But I think they'll probably add more post-launch that aren't a part of a platform. No IWI Galil Ace. And no FAMAS either. Battle rifles, for the most part, where the FNFAL is an interesting omission. They do have the M14. It would be nice to see like some World War II era stuff, like an M1 Garand would be cool, an SV240, like a Gewehr 43, something like that would be nice to kind of even things out a bit. But I suppose with World War II being just the last game, what was it? It was Vanguard being just the last game. Maybe they didn't want to encroach on that too much. I'm not sure. Some machine guns, they pretty much got it. Where's my submachine guns? Chris Vector, no UMP-45. That was added post-launch of Modern Warfare 1. It's possible it might make another appearance. No MPX either, which might be added if they make an MCX, and an MPX would also be a good thing to add. For the most part, they got everything I wanted from this, though. Shotguns, there's a lot of shotguns I like that aren't in the game. The Saiga 12 would have been perfect, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned that in the video for the beta. I'm surprised they didn't add a Saiga 12. The Ithaca 37 could be cool. No SPOS 12. I feel like the SPOS 12 could be a good addition. The AA 12, I feel like, was in the beta. I recall it being usable somewhere, but it's not here anymore. Not exactly sure what the deal is on that. Maybe it'll be added soon. I don't know. An 1887 would also be really cool. It's Modern Warfare 2. Come on. Come on. For machine guns, an M60 would be really cool, although I wouldn't expect to see it. There's no M240 Bravo, which I wouldn't mind seeing. And I'm not even sure that the that this is a M249 SAW, which would also make sense. There's also the new MCX Spear-based light machine gun that I feel like could work great here. Why they didn't use it, not exactly sure, but I definitely think they could have. For marksman rifles, they pretty much hit the nail on the head. They got the M14, they got the, your Remington, you got and you got your Marlin lever action. To be honest, I really don't have anything to complain about there. I think that they definitely should add some Modern Warfare, or some World War II guns. Lee Enfield would be great, Kar-98, Mosin Nagant, all those things. An M40, you could still kind of base off of the Bryson long rifle platform, so making an M40 would not be a bad idea. The Accuracy International ALM would be a great addition. The Intervention, they could bring that back. That'd be pretty interesting. A lot of ways they could go. Sniper rifles, same deal there. Barrett M82 is pretty glaringly missing. I'm not sure why exactly that's not on there, to be honest, but it's not a big deal. An SKS would also be a night gun. Wow, okay, hold on. Neat gun to add. They could definitely put that in the battle rifle category. If we go back, though, melee, nothing really there. I don't really care. For handguns, though, like I said, M17 would have been a great idea. A Beretta M9. A 1911. A CZ75 would be great. You guys know I'm a big Browning high power fan. It's not necessary, but it would be nice to see. Maybe an M&P9 could be interesting. Maybe some HK handguns like the VP9 or the P30, and an FNX would be a kind of a neat thing to see. The MP443 Grok would be a great addition to this game to give some Russian armament a little bit more. Same thing with the Makarov, which was added very late in Modern Warfare 1's existence. And, a Tokarev would be neat, but not a big deal. I feel like they probably should add another revolver. With the existence of a fucking 500 Magnum, I feel like they could definitely balance that out a bit with, like, you know, a Smith & Wesson Model 19. Something simple. If you want, maybe a Colt Anaconda or a Colt Python. It would also be really cool to see something like, I don't know, a Magnum Research BFR. If they want to keep going wild, go wild. 4570 in a revolver that looks like a Colt Single Action Army, which would also be cool to see. Maybe a Model 3 Schofield. You know, there's a lot, even though the Model 3 Schofields were pretty weak in their day. But there's a lot of places they could go. The Glock was a good start. You know, they got a full-size Glock and a full-size auto Glock. And a PA-90, which will definitely be my most used handgun. But the handgun selection is kind of lacking. I think it will be really good, though, post-launch. Just like Modern Warfare, where they added the Makarov and the Renetti, or the M9. I think they can do the same deal here to relative success. Although I think the Renetti should have been in here from the start. As a nice, kind of buffer. You got your semi-auto 45, semi-auto 9. Your way powerful semi-auto. Revolver. Auto. 3-round burst, Beretta would have made total sense, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to take a very quick shit, and then we're going to get right back to business. Alright, now let's take a quick look at the operators. Well, actually, I guess I do have to finish making this loadout. Yeah, I'll just make 5 for now, that's fine. Spirit to with B8. Cool. What do we got for operators? So you got your default Ranger. So he doesn't have any. Oh, he does have some customizations. So looks like we're dealing with U.S. Army Rangers here, I take it? Yeah, just some generic designs. Obviously, it's the Milsim, so you get what you get, you know, okay. I guess I can look at that menu from here, too. No big deal. Then I got this guy from, oops. Wrong button. I got this guy from playing the campaign a little bit. That's a guy, I guess. I don't know, nothing particularly interesting. I actually can't view those people. There's a lot of operators, though. I'm sorry, can I not play as them at all without the Vault Edition? Because if so, then that's pretty fucked up. So, I don't know, so far this cast of characters is looking pretty mid. As I would have expected, to be honest. Okay, we're going back to the private match so I can actually view all these people. Why TDM is all the way at the back? I don't know. Oh yeah, so we've got regular Milsim, this guy, Gus, with a gun that's not in the game. That is very clearly an M13, or a MCX. Interesting that they have him holding a gun. That's just not in the game. This guy's just holding an M4. Another M4. Oops, a little too far. Rez. He's not bad. Scope. Whoa there, cowboy. Oh, I can use soap here. Interestingly. Or Ghost, or Fair, or Price. Which is an interesting touch, I suppose. But I guess I'll use soap. I like that design for soap, I suppose. And then we got your Mill Sims for this guy. Do I care about any of these characters? Rangi's not bad. Oh, that's a beta skin. I was like, why does he look like that? Axel. It's not bad. Ooh, Zero. Oh, Rose makes a reappearance. Interestingly. This is a very interesting design. He's wearing like an M2. That's not an M1 helmet. It's a fairly modern helmet. With a ball cap, because why not? Hunter. An Irishman? Absolutely I want an Irishman. Are you kidding me? You have fucking Conor McGregor out here? Yes, sir. So how do I get this guy in the actual game? Northern Ireland. Ooh. Never wanted to be in the military, but the chaos his father saw in Northern Ireland during the Troubles meant Declan didn't have a choice. His parents prescribed a get tough or die mentality and believed their son must prepare for the violent world ahead. He joined the Irish Defence Forces when he was 18. I like that a lot. That is a very cool character. I will intentionally leave that real quick so I can go figure out how to unlock that guy. 5 hipfire kills in a single multiplayer match. Doesn't sound that difficult. In a single multiplayer match, maybe a little bit, but I can probably kind of... You know, if I just be a little selective with when I ADS, then I can probably do that. Anyway. Let's go ahead and get some quick games going. Hopefully, maybe I actually can't. So I'm going to assume that I am soap at the moment, right? Not in this menu for some reason. Yeah. To be honest, I don't feel like I like a lot of the guns as much as I did in the last game. I feel like I like a lot more guns in the last game than I did in this game. Could be because I haven't modified any of them yet. We'll see. Anyway, let's get down to business. Alright, let's take a look at all the maps. Got Albueraga Fortress, so that's new. This was in the beta. Ooh. That looks cool. This one, Middle East, good old Middle Eastern Embassy. That looks cool. Farm 18, those were both a border crossing. Okay. Well, let's just go ahead and play one of everything. We'll start on this one. I don't see this being particularly interesting, but we'll start there. We'll just do everything regular for now. Bot setup. 5 to 6 on mixed. For the sake of it. Alright, let's get going. Let's figure this shit out. See how this goes. I'll just do auto assign. I don't really care for now. I want to use one of each. Also gotta remember to mute myself before I start playing the actual game. Lexington. Alright, first gameplay. It's only been an hour 10 of actual recording and much longer since I actually started. I'm just gonna use the M16. It's almost stock default for now. I don't like that it shows that I'm talking right in the middle of the screen. That is not a terribly convenient location for that. Alright, let's get it. Alright, so we're at some, like, weird medieval... Hello. That's a lot of people in one area that I was not prepared for, I gotta say. So I feel like the M16 is probably not going to be all that good in its unaltered state with core. Okay, I'm getting handed in by bots. I'm getting handed by bots.
Changing mags.
Ooh. Okay, so thus far, ooh,
I'm reloading.
I kind of can actually use the M16 a little bit. I might... Can I still buy the rest of that? Like, can I get the Vault Edition? Can I upsell myself? Is that possible? Because I do kind of want to be able to play as Soap in the actual multiplayer. Ooh. It's kind of a nice little region. I don't mind this map. This is not a bad map so far. Oh, Jesus. Bad location. Let's get some P890 going. I recall this being pretty damn usable in the beta, so. Okay, well it's not very usable if I get shot and killed immediately the instant I walk through the door. This feels very much like an Insurgency map. Insurgency Sandstorm, I mean. But it's kind of cool. I look at Legacy Music. Quite like it before. Well, I know I haven't. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't think. I just haven't. But... So that's pretty cool. I remember it being kind of a pain in the ass to get this M16 originally, and I don't suspect that it will be a whole lot different. Ooh. Where does this go?
We've lost the lead.
Absolutely fucking nowhere. What is the goddamn point of that? Oh, hello. Now let's break out the M4 for a second. This was my most used gun in the beta. The M4A1 was also my most used gun in Modern Warfare, but that's partially because the M16 didn't exist. Oh, hello. So far, I am liking this gun. I am liking this map. I am liking this gun. Alright, this is definitely not my favorite implementation of the M4, at least stylistically. And to be fair, the M4 is never, like, particularly... The M4 is pretty much the baseline to which all other rifles are compared, so for the most part, you know, they're never, like, offensively bad. Although the M4 was always one of the more... Okay, hello. Run out of ammo very quick. You know, having only 2 extra mags, I suppose. That's what happens. I don't like the M4 quite as much as I like the M16, but sometimes I do just kind of need to, you know. Sometimes you just kind of have to, like, use something different for a second, so... I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, but sometimes, like, I'm just not very successful with the M16. Sometimes burst just isn't working for me. So, it's nice to be able to choose. Alright, let's get some Kastov 545 going. See how this guy performs in core, might I remind you, which for the most part I don't really play. Now, it's not necessarily fair yet to compare this game to Modern Warfare, because Modern Warfare has had a lot of time and a lot of content A lot of time to develop and a lot of content added. But for the most part, the baseline seems like it's working. Obviously, it's a new game. And I don't yet feel like it's as good as Modern Warfare, but part of that could be just the fact that it doesn't have as much content yet, because it's a brand new game. You know? I mean, I've only played one new map. And there was about 4, I think, in the beta. So there's still a decent amount of maps. They added it. It's not like a... Ooh! Alright. Get some M14 action going. Let's see how this thing performs. Semi-auto is pretty divisive in Call of Duties. For the most part, semi-auto really doesn't work all that well. Tends to just not be very good. Simply. Definitely one of the weakest feeling M14s. This has substantially less recoil than it did in Modern Warfare. Which means that it overall feels very, shall I say, weak.
Solid work.
Doesn't feel like an M14 normally does. Especially compared to some of the other guns in the game, where it just feels like it exists, and not really a whole lot else. I will also just to criticize this game. Some things that I don't really like, for the most part, just comes down to the extreme stylization of a lot of the guns in the game. It makes sense for something like fucking GTA, but in Call of Duty, which for the greater part of its history, has been fairly realistic in the way it replicates guns. Now all of a sudden, with the new Modern Warfares, they've been kind of trying to mix things up, and I just think they took it a bit too far this time. That's all I'll say. Crown Raceway. I'm excited for this one. I think this is going to be nice. Full mixed, full mixed. Alright, let's sendaroo. This time will be Cortec. So I can play as the other character, because I want to see what this Irishman is like on the field. In the field. Okay, so there's Formula cars on the track. What the hell is this? I'm gonna assume this is supposed to be like Dubai or something. I don't know. What the fuck? Alright, so far this looks pretty fucking sick though.
Team deathmatch.
Ooh. Police tires. Why does that have tread on it? Maybe it's a rain tire. I don't know what Formula tires are like outside of their slicks. I don't know if they even have exclusively. Or I don't even know if they have anything that is just like. There are a lot of enemies that all went in the same exact direction. Okay, is there a point where I can actually, like, okay. Goodbye. Can I access the track at any point? This is really cool, though. I feel like there's been a racetrack-based Call of Duty before, but there has been a sort of one. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, I am dead to rights. I saw that one coming. I'll be honest. Oh, shit. So they are actually racing for some reason. That's a pretty well-designed Formula car. I'm not very familiar with Formula 1. That's not... That's pretty cool. That's a neat little feature. It's not, like, particularly interesting or anything, but this is a really cool map. This definitely has the potential to become one of my favorite maps in Call of Duty history. You know, once given enough time to figure it out. Also because I'm kind of biased, I like racing, so... Even though I don't really care much for, Formula. That's a teammate. That's not. Alright, we're just gonna go to the M16 for a little bit. Just continue cruising. The M16. This is a really good map. I like this a lot. I'm gonna end this game prematurely, but I really like this map so
Mission
far.
failed. Return to
That's
base.
really cool. It's super unique. I like it a lot. Jesus fuck. Why is that the way that it is? Alright. Also, I do have to edit this to make sure that I'm not, like, audible. Alright, so it does kick you out of the private match, every private match, which is kind of annoying. Private matches really haven't been the same since Modern Warfare 2019. Alright, so let's just, let's go over to Gunsmith for a second. I don't feel like I'll really be changing much here. 15 round mag. So you can put that old school STANAG mag, if you so choose. I don't feel like decreasing my ammo capacity for that, but, you know. I think 30 is honestly fine for 3-round burst 5.56. We can toss a pack box on, though. Seems for the most part they really don't have any change. It's just design. You know, like these. So, I don't know. Just pick whatever I like. Okay, that'll work. Barrel, no. Under barrel. I suppose I could put a grip on there. You don't have, like, the regular fucking, like, Magpul, angle foregrip. Oh yeah, that one's pretty close. I guess that'll work. Muzzle device. Can I put a 3-prong on there by any chance? Unfortunately, it would appear not. M16s are really not gonna fuck with them all that much, because I just think they look really good to begin with. Sure. Although a lot of the time I think they do make sense to have an optic on. A lot of the time I like the carry handle too much to put an optic on them. But I might make another M16 where I do actually do that. What do we got here? Obviously maximum round capacity. Ammunition. Well, I'll change that if I... Okay, we got triggers returning for handguns. Which made a lot of sense for, like, the M8. Demolition hammer that increases weapon swap speed somehow, and sprint to fire speed somehow. Increases trigger response time. It says it decreases it, but whatever. So I guess you can have, you can turn it from single action to double action, which I suppose is something. Hair trigger, sure. So it already is technically double action. But, so that was a feature on like the Makarov in the last game. I'm curious as to how that translates over. I'm not putting anything on there. Barrel. Whoa. What the fuck? I'll just keep that stock. A laser, sure, why not? Oh. So hip. No, never mind. That's a flashlight. Oh. Actually, is a flashlight, which for some reason one of the pros is just, hey, it's a flashlight. Okay. What about it? Alright, that'll work. Rear grip. What is that? Ah. Ooh. Kimbo. Oh, I'm pretty sure the honey badger was supposed to be in this game. I don't know where it went, but absolutely. Does that look particularly good with any of the... Oh, I just realized 2 of them get rid of the ability to put an optic on the lower end. I don't know why, but that kind of works. But we'll just leave it stock for now. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will move it to that. Nah, not yet. Oh, optic. Yeah, give me a red dot. What translates the best? We'll go with that one. Then we do have customized, so they bring back camos, obviously. So they have weapon mastery camos. Do they have ones specific to the gun? They also have ones unique, so they are gold, platinum, polyatomic, and Orion. Interesting, okay. And then you got, you know, the same shit that you got before, for the most part. That's kind of neat. The charms, decals, stickers, which are separate from decals, I suppose. I like that. M4, so I'll be kind of quick there. We'll obviously throw on a 60. Keep that the same. We'll throw on one of those, I guess. Barrel. I'm tempted to use that. Whoa, what the fuck? There's a real small lad. Also tempted to use that, because it's the only quad rail. But it is smaller. Might just keep it stock for now. We'll throw on a peck, though. I will throw on a red dot. We'll go ahead and use this one. Stock. I mean, if I were to change it, then I probably would. We'll go ahead and put a fucking Magpul grip on it. And that is all 5. Oh. That just looks that way. Cool. And then for the Glock magazine, I don't need a 50 round drum. I'll do a 24 round mag. I think that's plenty. So increase fire rate, aiming at, definitely fire rate. Fire rate's always nice. Barrel. Ew. I don't like that at all. And nothing particularly interesting there. Just give it a regular. I'm gonna give it this one. Stock. And rear grip. Candy Kimbo. I can be every Glock owner ever and put a grip over it because it's not good enough from the factory. We all know this. Do I want to go over to the 7.62? I kind of do. I think I do. Magazine. Go ahead and go all the way up to 40. I don't need anything there. Probably don't need anything there. Fuck it. Why not? Just go ahead and make a kind of a discount AK-12. I don't really like the way that looks, to be honest. Yeah, we'll literally just make like a discount AK-12. That'll work. What the hell can I even do here? Oh my god. What the f- that is not what a 500 Magnum looks like at all. Nope. 500 snake shot? Yeah, I think so. actual fuck? Oh god, a snub nose? What the hell? Yeah, sure, why not? Nah, no laser on there, no optic. Loader. Carry more ammunition with this heavy loader. That just straight up does not make sense. Faster aiming movement speed with the speed loader. Reduce steam out of server. Again, that also makes no sense, but sure, we'll do that. Ooh. Can akimbo them. I don't like that the grip is tied to akimbo. That is absolutely whack, and I do really like it. Mark 14, obviously. Oops. Old school. What the fuck is a 50 round drum doing? Ooh, and a cheat comb. Ooh, hold on. Why the hell am I using this instead of using this? What the hell am I even thinking? Lever. Stallion lever? Air lever. Or we can do one of them big loopy boys. Increased rechambering speed. Yeah. Ooh, absolutely. Stock, please be wood, please be wood. Damn. Oh, I guess it is technically wood to begin with. In all fairness, we'll give them that. Whoa. I like the names for all this stuff. Holy shit, that's a long barrel. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can make it into one of those. Would I do that? No. Do I appreciate that it's in the game? Yeah. I can get a rapid suppressor, which is perfect for an old school thing like this. None of that is equipable. Or the 570 government. Incendiary? Yes. Also change that. Oh my god. Saddle guard. That's very elegant. But I like this. Yes, sir. Absolutely. I'll just do the same shit I did with the last one. Which, well, we'll do double action for that one, because why the fuck not? Barrel, we'll do the cottonmouth this time around. Oh, no, god damn it. Let me back. Okay, so it is a little bit buggy, but you know what? That's fine. Yeah, we'll keep that stock, because why not? Cool. And I can't equip laser. So, finally, SPR 208. We'll go ahead and increase that mag cap. So you can just choose what you'd rather get rid of. Which I feel like for a bipod, you don't really need aim walking movements. Well, I guess the bipod doesn't really help out a whole lot anyway. None of these look very good. Yeah, they all kind of look like shit, I'm gonna be honest. Barrel. So I can make a longer barrel. Do that one. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense if I'm being honest. I prefer like a variable 1.0. Well, optic toggle is not really what I'm looking for. Oh, what the fuck? Why would you... What the hell? No. Alright. 9.0, why not? Why not? Gotta go with pouch even if it doesn't actually make any sense. Chambering speed. Replace the fucking extension. No one cares. Cool. And when I equip here, another P90, let's do a fucking X13, because why not? Just do a generic X13? Does it have to be side impact? Apparently, whatever, that actually makes total sense for it to be PDW. Alright. Let's send it. Back in time. Alright. We are starting... Not starting the game, we've been playing the whole time, but... Oops. Some more bot gameplay, so we can get used to the game. Try the next game, El Asilo. I feel like this is going to be a pretty mid map, but whatever. Let's go. Modified them all. So now we're going to see what they're all like modded. Out of curiosity. Alright, we'll start with the M16. Asilo, Las Almas. Las Almas, there we go. Alright, mo! Bonk. Alright. Irishman's going into the field. Sandaruski. Let's take a look here at our new modified M16. Let's take a look at our new modified P. I don't know why it does this. So you can hold it like one-handed, which is kind of cool, to be honest. I don't really know exactly what the purpose is. Okay, I definitely turned bots on. Where are they? And once you reload, then you hold it exclusively, but it is kind of cool that you can, like, kind of, not necessarily sidearm. Oh, fast draw. So that's definitely a part of the design of it, specifically. Or part of one of the things that I did. Okay, I see. So it's not a perk like I thought it was in the last thing. It's a modification. I did something somewhere that made it do that. Unless it is a perk. It might be a perk. It is possible. Oops. Great private match. TDM. I swear to God I actually made them, but whatever. What is it? Thing that I did? I guess so. Trigger action? Is it from that? It's a fire ray, but there's nothing to do with that. The rear grip? Pistol fast draw. Oh, it does. Increases handling and speed at the expense of some recoil control. And yeah, that seems to be the only fast draw thing, which is convenient because it's my favorite grip. So would you look at that? Anyway, back to it. Game setup. Bot setup 5 mixed 6 mixed. And we'll do a Asilo. Or do I have to do a bot setup every time? No. So I don't know what happened there then. Anyway, moving on. Let's get her done. There we go. There's definitely going to be bots this time. So we will not have to worry about it. Alright. Let's go. On the ground this time for some reason.
Team deathmatch.
Same helicopter noise, but that's fine. Not a big deal. Okay, so if I want that feature, then I'll have to get whatever attachment is considered to be the fast draw attachment. Okay, ouch, that hurt a lot, actually.
Planting Claymore!
Oh yeah, if you sprint, then it... okay. So it can be cancelled out pretty easily, but it's still kind of cool to be able to just... Also, the laser is blue. Just somewhat interesting.
Reloading!
Goddamn. They also smacked the magazine after, which was probably designed specifically to slow down the reload. Since you got...
Changing mags!
I do really like this gun, though. This gun is sweet. Oops. Ow. Okay, not a single round shot, so that's nice. Or hit, I mean. Do some M4 testing real quick, take a look. X12 as well. Nice. Alright, let's send it. Let's see how my newly configured, Okay, hello. That's a lot of people. I was not prepared for that many people. So yeah, I definitely don't like a lot of the weapon design as much as I did in Modern Warfare. I like the weapon selection to some extent more because of that, not blueprint, because of that, platform feature. I think that is very good for the weapon selection, but the overall weapon selection I don't really care about. It decreases the individual diversity of the weapons, but increases the overall diversity of weapons, because there are probably more guns upon launch in this game than there were in the last one. But they aren't all that different from each other, because it's mostly just a bunch of platforms. You know, it's kind of like the difference between Forza and the Crew, where the Crew has a good selection because there's a lot of cars, but different versions of the same car, whereas Forza is just a bunch of different cars. Some suit other people better. Some, you know, for people who really like the M4 the AR platform, or the whatever the G3 is based on, or, you know, the SCAR platform, for people who like those, and you get more options, which I think is great. Anyway, this map's pretty mid. It's alright. It's nothing particularly special, I must say.
UAV ready to deploy. Cruise missile ready to deploy.
This M4 does fuck, though, even in core.
Reloading!
Just, boy.
Drop their sniper!
Alright. Oh, I like that Irish. Okay, I like this character. Drop that sniper! I can't do that at all, but I tried to anyway. Alright, how's my Kalashnikov? I'm pretty sure I kept this thing like... Oh no, I didn't. I did not keep this bone stock whatsoever. So this should perform pretty much like any other AK does. Heavy recoil, but very effective. Especially since it now has to compete with a 545 AK, so they have to make the 7.62 AK really effective in order for it to be a viable choice compared to the 545 AK. Okay, damn. I see what it is. Anyway, I have kill streaks.
Overclock online.
Requesting close air. Target marked.
Solid copy. Sparrow 6, launching SAE. Inbound path.
I like this guy. It's the first time I've like been particularly confident about both of my choices. Hello, okay.
Good hit.
I don't know where the hell they're at. Oh yeah, and then I have this, because why the fuck? Oh, it's also a snake shot now, which I completely forgot about. Why the hell I can make a 500 Magnum snake shot, I have no fucking clue, but... how that's even possible, I don't even know. Yikers. Hello. Alright, so far I'm liking this. AK. Well, I'm not really getting to use it a whole lot, there's nothing doing. Okay, alright. See if I can find a situation to test out the snake shot.
Sniper's down.
What the hell? Why does this exist?
On your 6. Target area marked. You're clear.
Ow. I hadn't thought of that. To be fair, I didn't know what I was doing.
Impact.
Go
Good hit.
boom.
We're gaining ground. Don't let up.
Stuff. Alright, gotta try the Lockwood Mark II with fucking incendiary rounds, because why not? And a P8. P8 fast draw. Take a look. Nice, take a look. Oh. Oh.
All hunters. Mission
Alrighty then.
accomplished. Lack a job.
I feel like, for the most part, when it comes to the guns, they definitely learned from the last game and made some pretty staunch improvements. Overall, I'm very happy with this game so far. After almost 2 hours of playing it, it's already 10. I have work tomorrow. A lot of work. Got a few more maps to test out, and then we'll be pretty much good on today's episode. I'm not going to be playing any multiplayer today, because it's already pretty late, but we can probably expect some tomorrow. Is it on auto assign? Yes, it is. Alright. Embassy. So we got Embassy, and then we got Tariq and Zarqwa Hydroelectric, although I suspect that Embassy is going to be better than either of those two. Cool. Alright, let's do it. Auto assign, don't care, either way. Alright. I will be playing Warzone when that comes out too, and I'll be reviewing the battle passes, and sorry, not the battle passes, but the new, yeah, I guess the new battle pass seasons. The new seasons, that's what it was. I'll be reviewing the new seasons when they come out, talking about all the new stuff, just like I would have in the original Modern Warfare if I was streaming at that time.
Deathmatch.
Alright. Got some time to use the new Mark II. The Mark II was one of my favorite guns in Modern Warfare 2019, and I feel like this gun has a lot of potential to be really good.
Change your mags.
Oh. Ooh. Ow. That is hurting a lot. I feel like they're not doing nearly enough damage anymore. I feel like that should have killed them. Hello. Thank you. Easy this? Okay. It's still pretty good. Hello. Hold on. I like this. Even in core. If I could hit my shots a bit better, this would be pretty fucking minty. This reminds me a lot of that Modern Warfare map with the, oh god. Modern Warfare map. Oh, damn. Where was that Modern Warfare map? It was in, motherfucker. I don't remember. Oh, it was that Broadcast. So it reminds me a lot of Broadcast. Oh shit. Never mind, they were that way. Jesus.
Tossing smoke grenade.
Not a stem anymore. Oh yeah, it does give you a little, view of where it's going, which is kind of neat. Gives you a little arc. Alright, I like this gun very much.
Reloading.
I would venture to say I don't really like its design as much as I like the design of the one in the last game. But gunsmith-wise and performance-wise, yeah.
Switching mags. Changing mag.
So-
Go your back.
When it comes to the maps, I didn't really like a lot of the maps in Modern Warfare. For the most part, though, after, as time went on, a lot of the launch maps were pretty decent, and most of the maps they added post-launch were good.
Advantage. Take it home.
Nothing's considered. Oh, that was just sad, to be honest.
Changing
What the
mags.
fuck? What was even that? What the hell was even that?
Got your back.
Oh yeah. I like that quick draw feature too, that's really cool. Alright, and that match.
All Saber.
So far,
Mission
what I have to
accomplished.
say about this game is it's definitely an improvement, in my opinion, over Modern Warfare. There's some things that I don't like as much. It doesn't feel as refined. Perhaps that's because it's very new, but it kind of remains to be seen exactly how this game is going to hold up. It reminds me a lot, though, of Insurgency, which I'm sure Ohio would be very happy to hear about. It does remind me a lot of Insurgency. So, ooh, forgot about the Santa Sena border crossing, which sounds like a pretty cool map. There's a pretty cool mission, too, in the campaign. I will still play the campaign. Don't worry, I'll probably do some campaign playing tomorrow. Seems like I've relatively fixed my streaming issue, because for some reason, after like 3 months of my streams crashing, I didn't think maybe I should like uninstall and reinstall it. Maybe I did, it's been so long. Anyway, that is apparently something that I had yet to think of to this point. Now I have. Oh, we're here. So hopefully it should be smooth sailing from here on out. Oh, that's cool. That's not my loadout though.
Team deathmatch.
That is also not my loadout.
I'm with you.
It's not my loadout either. That's that's the default loadout, sir. also not my character, I don't think. No, that is. Never mind. So using the Oakley gloves, just like they were in Modern Warfare 2. Ouch. What the hell? Yeah, I've just got the rusher. Loadout for some reason. I edited it a bit. Switch to like, I don't know. Alright, I'm not sure why I don't have my loadout, but so far this map looks pretty sick. Okay. Hello. Alright. So obviously it's going to be a little bit buggy since this is a brand new game, so I'm not holding this buggy. Also, a private match, which could have something to do with it. I don't expect private matches to perform quite like. Yeah, but I did pre-order Modern Warfare 2019. I like this. How? This is a really cool map, though. Curious as to like where exactly it's supposed to end, because it seems to me like it's just one really long breadstick. No, it seems to me like it's just one like long ass map. Not a whole lot of verticality or particularly interesting sight lines. I feel like it's definitely kind of a shot in the dark for them, but I hope it works out. Because I like it thus far. There are a lot of very explosive obstacles, which is unique. It's a very unique map. And how that will work with everybody's... I'll just say I'm hopeful.
Changing mags.
Because this map seems pretty cool. To an extent, it kind of reminds me of Express from Black Ops 2. You know what I mean by that, where it kind of seems like a... It's a one, like, really long but not particularly wide map. It's not, like, identical to Express by any means, but it seems somewhat similar. So I feel like they'd have a few more new cars in fucking 2022 in Mexico.
I'm on your 6.
Much as I like these old cars. I mean, it's like probably close to a 20-year-old cop car. Like, come on. It's something new. Anyway, got 2 more maps to look through.
Solid work.
Hey, Doomy me, dough. You know, I've been waiting for one of these moments for a while, because, you know, Modern Warfare came out at pretty much the perfect time. I was really starting to get into Call of Duty in 2019. In early 2019, around April or so. Started playing with Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, Ghosts. Modern Warfare Remastered was one of the other early ones that I kind of got acclimated with. So when Modern Warfare 2019 was released, or was announced rather, it was a big deal to me. And Modern Warfare 2019 has since become definitely my favorite Call of Duty. Flaws and all, it's got the most for me. So Modern Warfare 2 going into it has a lot, you know, has a lot of expectations to live up to, we'll put it that way. You know, with the fact that it needs to, first of all, it needs to be, you know, really good. Modern Warfare had a very particular attention to detail, both graphics and weapon design, which is something that I particularly appreciated, especially at that time, as I was starting to really get into guns, too. So, you know, there's just a lot that, like, really... I don't know. Alright, we'll just use the M16 for now. Okay, hello. Floor just spawned in. What was Haiti? This is a fucking insurgency map if I've ever seen one.
We have taken the lead.
But you know, I was there for that launch. I was there for the launch of Cold War. I played both their campaigns. Overall, I'd say they probably both had better campaigns, but that is typical. Although I'd say Modern Warfare 2 had a better campaign than COD 4. I'd say so far, Modern Warfare probably does have a better campaign, story-wise. But,
Approaching from the rear.
I mean, the weapon selection in Modern Warfare 2019 was fantastic. And the weapon selection in Modern Warfare.
Secured the lead.
Although I don't feel like this game quite stacks up with Modern Warfare yet, I think it will.
Changing
Once
mags.
once blueprints start to come out, and I think probably season 2 or 3 is when this game is really gonna get in its zone. Kind of like what Modern Warfare 2019 did, where I feel like it really got in the zone around season 2 or 3, especially in season 4. Season 1 should probably come out around December, I'd say, somewhere around there. And, I mean, I created this channel most of the way through Cold War's first year. And then Vanguard, you know, Vanguard was released later that year. And now we're all the way up. So Vanguard was released, but I didn't actually play it. I still haven't, as a matter of fact. They have a free weekend, I may consider it, but to be honest, I just really haven't wanted to. Even though it would be a nice, kind of unique, different game, I just, for some reason, never really wanted to play it. Uh-oh. I don't really know why. You know, but I have a strong feeling.
Standing by.
Incoming!
That Modern Warfare 2 can compete with Modern Warfare 1 in my consciousness. I mean, I put a lot of, you know, Modern Warfare 1 kind of came out, Modern Warfare 2019, I should say, came out at the right time. But Modern Warfare 2022 is going to come out a little bit late, but to be honest, I think it's going to be exactly what I needed when I needed it, you know. Because I do really like Cold War, but I'll be the first one to admit that it really wasn't the best Call of Duty. I like a lot of the maps a lot. It's definitely unique in Call of Duty's.
Copy. UAV on station. Recon online.
And to be honest, I can't really say anything this game has done wrong thus far.
Complete. Keep it up.
Everything about it I just kind of like. I think they really improved on a lot of things. There are a few things that I'm not huge on necessarily, but a lot of the things that they changed are things that I think are improvements from Modern Warfare 2019. I really just think the handgun selection is probably kind of weak. Even though it has one of my favorite handguns of all time,
Mags.
it's missing a lot of variety. So even though this gun right here will probably become my favorite handgun in all of Call of Duty history, like the P226 was in Ghosts, but with the advantage of actually being in a game that I play, and I feel like Modern Warfare 2022 is just gonna overall be a more, I don't know, I just think when, you know, as it gets more time, it's already really good, but it's really gonna get into its own later. That's basically what I'm saying. They've had some time to add some new maps, add some new guns, Warzone 2.0. That's when things are gonna start getting good. They've laid some very, very good groundwork, and I'm sure a lot of people will be complaining about, you know, it's gonna waste matchmaking and fucking, you know, all the other bullshit that they complain about every year with Call of Duty. That's pretty unavoidable, but I think there's some potential this time.
Well done.
some real potential to make some really good stuff. Alright, and then I believe we're moving on to the final map. And I'll play some of the other game modes too. I'm excited to get into this, multiplayer-wise. Even though I'll have to give up the pretty minty operators that I have already. That's okay. I'll live. Because this used to be the only way I played Call of Duty was through private sessions. Now, of course, I understand. Now I play them, you know, multiplayer. But this time, you know, I get to kind of test out everything, and you know, it's always weird starting off because I mean I've been playing Black Ops or Modern Warfare 2019 for a very long time, so I've got pretty much everything there is to get that I have attempted to get. And the same thing really goes for Modern Warfare. Oh, I still haven't used this at all, actually. And the same thing really goes for Cold War, although I didn't play it as much. But I've played very little Call of Duty up until fairly recently, so I think it was about time. Alright, let's go. Final map. Final mission, final... you know, final. It's just final. Why did no bots spawn in again? Why? How did that happen again? How did I miss that it was happening again?
It's a stalemate.
Another good question. Damn it. They didn't bring back any regular operators though, which I kind of wish they would have. I think that would have been a good move. Reintroduce somebody. I don't know what the hell Alex is doing since Warzone, since his reappearance in Warzone. I don't know what the hell's happened to him since then. Whatever. And if you want to see these maps that I'm not playing right now, the three that were in the beta, Farm 18, Greenberg Hotel, and Mercado de las Almas, then you can check those out in the beta video that I made. If that's more your speed. I'll be playing some hardcore in the next episode too. Should be nice. But it's nice to finally have like a dedicated M16 again. That was something that was really missing from the last few games. I'm really excited to see that return. I missed that. Alright, with that being said, let's get it. Damn it. I'm stuck with this gun again. No. I'm not having it.
Mission compromised. It's a draw. Team deathmatch.
I'm gonna try this again. You're gonna give me the gun I asked for. And bots. Come on now. This is the last one. Let's just get it done right. Alright. Private match, great private match. Team deathmatch. It's a possibility that Ohio may get this, or somebody may get this. I'm gonna try to get people to get this. No. Alrighty. So that I'm not just playing it by myself like I was with Cold War, because I feel like this game deserves multiplayer. True multiplayer, I mean. Alright. Map. Bots on. Mixed on. Mixed. There. Now we should be good. This should work. Should have no problems here whatsoever. Right. Let's find out. There we go. Okay, so there's an enemy team. Where is my team?
Team deathmatch.
Okay, it's just enemies. It's a 5v1. That's terrific. Okay, so a little bit buggy, but it's... Well, that's embarrassing. It's a 5v1, but, you know, whatever. It's a nice map, though. Oof. This was one of my favorite guns in Modern Warfare 20.
Taking the lead.
They pretty much brought back all the right things for the most part. They reintroduced a lot of post-launch guns, not as many as I wish they would have, especially in the handgun department.
UAV ready for tasking.
As I've mentioned already, the handgun department is extremely lacking. It's really hard to use a bolt action against 5 fucking people. Oh. So far though, I'm liking it. Okay, we'll go for a little bit more and then we'll call it a day. I made the decision to switch to that gun very late. Also, the return of water. You know, swimming in water from Cold War, which is kind of neat. It's not a bad reintroduction. Seems as this map's really the only one to utilize it, but it's a good feature. I feel like there's a lot of possibility for it. Even Cold War did kind of underutilize it, though, for the most part. There's a lot of potential that they could have done. And one of the maps, Armada, which I'm not really personally a huge fan of, actually did utilize it pretty well. But it was kind of underutilized. I really like the maps in Cold War, to be honest.
Online.
Maybe even more than I do in Modern Warfare. And for a while I played Cold War pretty much exclusively in the, there's a game mode, one of the zombies game modes, that you could play, single player, that would be like one big, you'd be on one of the big, like, fire team maps. I just remembered Fire Team Dirty Bomb. That was really cool in the beta. I think I'm playing the wrong Black Ops Cold War, because to be honest, Black Ops Cold War is a really good game, in my opinion. Not as good as Modern Warfare, but it's up there. I mean, to be honest, it probably is my second favorite Call of Duty. It's a really fun COD. It's really unique. Got a lot to it that the other games don't. Maybe I'll revisit it at some point for a video. So I feel like I haven't quite done that game justice. I mean, I've played it a handful of times throughout its life cycle. I don't think I've played it quite enough. 1v5 is actually kind of fun. With an AR at least. That's all I should say. It's not an AR. Technically, even though that can be an acronym for it. It is not technically. It can be. Alright, a little bit more and then I'll call it.
Missile ready for launch.
At 5 minutes, I'm supposed to get to it, at least. Alright, why not?
Requested close air. Target marked.
Tiger 4, inbound for SAE.
This little Iraqi reload.
Solid air.
Oh my god. Pretty sure I wiped out all but one of them. I mean, with that
Target
move
area
alone.
marked. You're clear, Cole.
6-2 launch cruiser. Right on target.
Oh well.
7-1
Finish
requesting
reload
recon at my
UAV.
location.
That UAV online and orbiting the AO.
Alright, well that's a little over 5 minutes. So with all that being said, I'm excited to see exactly how this game works in core, because obviously people play different than bots, which means maps are going to play a little bit differently. I'm curious to see exactly how that will work.
UAV ready for tasking.
Overall, just to give my final thoughts, this game is definitely an improvement on Modern Warfare. Now, it doesn't quite feel like it yet because it doesn't have the same amount of content. Modern Warfare had a shit ton of content. But as time moves along and the game gets, pulls out some seasons and stuff and gets some more content, it's really going to fall into its own category and it's going to become a really fucking good Call of Duty. Especially when some blueprints come out and I'm able to like the guns that I'm using a bit more. Or to switch loadouts. You know, once I can get a little bit more confident in the guns that I'm using, you know, like them a bit more, get used to the maps, test out Warzone 2.0, probably never play Spec Ops just like Modern Warfare 2019, finish that campaign, all that. I think this game's got a lot of potential, and I think in pretty much every way that a brand new game can, it seems to me personally to be an improvement. In pretty much every way that I know of, this game is definitely an improvement. It's the gun selection, you know, the gunsmith has really been built upon in a way that I think is very good for the game. The weapon selection itself has improved quite a lot. The game doesn't feel quite as refined as Modern Warfare does. I'm not exactly sure why that is. It feels similar in a lot of ways. Not the same, similar in a lot of ways, but it doesn't feel as, shall I say, quality as Modern Warfare did. I'm not exactly sure what the deal is with that, but that's the way it is. But like I've said so far, really, with a lot of potential, and I'm really excited to keep playing it, get more hands-on experience with this game. That all being said though, I'm going to go ahead and call it here.
Secured the field. Mission accomplished.
Hopefully I can get some other people to play this, so we can get some you know, friend gameplay, just like Modern Warfare got. And hopefully, you know, it'll treat with a little bit more respect than I treated Cold War with, unfortunately. Overall, though, I'm very excited to see, you know, where this game takes me in the future. To see the game progress, and it seems, knock on wood, it seems like I've fixed the crashing issue. So hopefully, since I fixed it, shouldn't be an issue anymore, and I should be able to very simply just knock some games out, no problemo. So, like I said, alright. Thank you all so much for watching my review on this game. No, it's not really a review. Ooh, the endowment pack. I would like to see what's going on in the endowment pack. I always love the endowment pack. We got a M16 blueprint. Makes total sense. Ooh. And I've always liked getting the stuff. I've gotten them in both games, and I think I'm going to get it in this one too. I'm not going to buy it on stream. That's probably not the best idea ever. But I will buy it. And I'm sure you guys will see me using it in the future. Alright, everybody. View bundle. What does it offer in here? So we got, is this an M4? I think it applies to the whole thing, doesn't it? Yeah. Operators. I don't know why it gives me the option to buy the whole game. It's a $30 upcharge, I'd assume. I'm not sure if it's really worth it. Code is, though. Alright, y'all. Anyway, I'm gonna stop stalling. Y'all have a good one.